McCarthy Auto Group is one of the largest auto groups in Kansas City, let alone the Midwest. It operates a total of 9 dealerships throughout the region. Whether you're looking for a quality used car in Blue Springs, Missouri, or a new car dealer in Overland Park, Kansas, McCarthy helps you cross each T and dot each I. And our commitment goes beyond the dealership. We continue to impact the lives of young student athletes in our area to propel them into their futures. And we are proud to partner with Preps KC and present the McCarthy Elite Team.
When the game is on the line, do you make that big tackle, break that long run, throw that block, make that kick? Are you the best of the best in Kansas City? Again this season, the highest standard will be set with the Preps KC McCarthy Elite Team, the most exclusive postseason honor in Kansas City high school football. Only 28 players will earn this distinction, from quarterback to kicker, from defensive lineman to returner. It's not about the stars next to your name. It's about what you do on the field. Will you become part of the elite? The Preps KC McCarthy Elite Team.
Dion Clisso here from Preps KC in the Preps KC studio, powered by Xfinity Internet, the fastest internet with multi-gig speeds to the most homes. All right, it's that time again. We're talking Elite Team, and we are going to talk to our last position group of the season we've talked so far, and that's defensive backs with Ryan Wallace from Verbal Commitment Podcast. And Ryan, this is the group that's hard to nail down because if you're really good, you don't have any stats because nobody goes after you.
I was gonna say this is that tricky position group where you want to look at interceptions, you want to look at some PBUs, but also you don't want to put all the stock there because so many times, so many years, you'd start talking to coaches, right? Like who did you not want to look at, or who did you want your quarterback to stay away from? And those are usually the guys, as you said, they get stayed away from, and that's why they have 0 targets, 0 PBUs. So you got to really do your homework with this group.
Yeah, no doubt. Last year we had a good group there, and Dante Dixon's a guy who's back, but he may be on the other side of the ball in the elite team, though he's, he may play 12 snaps a game, but he'll go have a pick six.
Yeah. He was phenomenal when I saw him this year. I'm going to be honest. This is a tight battle up and down, right? As we start to break out these names, it does seem to lean heavily towards Missouri. And I can say that with all honesty, Dion, because I go back and forth on Friday nights between both sides of the state line. There's some really good defensive backs on the Show Me State side this year.
Yeah, we talk about Dante, and then you got Josiah Robinson from Lee Summit North, and then 2 guys at Blue Springs South, Parker Hunt and Blaine Marshall, and then of course teams we're talking about is teams that are doing well. Blue Springs, Devin Staley, who's a receiver / defensive back as well. Trishonda Neal from Liberty North. Amon Weathers from Raytown, Key Harrison from Raytown, Dayton Masters from Lee Summit. So those are some of the Missouri guys.
Yeah.
On the Kansas side, you got a guy like Tyler Manzella from Olathe Northwest, who's making plays all over the place. And then Brody Butler at Olathe West, who helped seal a game with 2 interceptions against Shawnee Mission East. I mean, those guys are making plays over there.
Yeah, I like, both Olathe West kids I've seen in person. They're really good. You mentioned Brody Butler. He's kind of the interception machine there at free safety. Vaughn Overton is their shutdown corner. Those are 2 kind of first team off the bus guys. They look the part for sure. Kelvin Parker has moved back to safety for Olathe North and from corner and has had a really terrific season. Good downhill guy, but he can cover his butt off too. And then further down, you start thinking about maybe deeper outside of some Class 6, right? Leavenworth's got a pair of really dynamic athletes that they play in the secondary with Davier McCray and Zay Bronson, 2 seniors for them. And then in 4A, soon to be 5A, that's why I stumbled there, Eric Siegel, senior from Piper, has been, I think, kind of a player that they've leaned on here late in the year on defense, and he's been every bit the playmaker that they've needed there in the secondary.
Well, then some guys who, at schools that maybe don't get enough credit. Jalen Washington at Washington, he's an interception machine. And then over on the Kansas City side, David Melson from Lincoln Prep, 31 tackles, 1 sack, 1 tackle for loss, 6 interceptions, and 4 breakups. And that's a guy in Lincoln Prep, and they've played outside their league.
Sure.
Dude, they've played a lot of good teams in that stretch. So that, like you said, it's a deep group, but it's a group that's, that's got some skills.
Well, and in my line of work too, I feel like this is probably when you talk about recruiting, for whatever reason, it does feel like at times this is a group by and large that gets overlooked. For whatever reason in the Kansas City area, very rarely do we have a multitude of defensive backs that get, I think, the looks that they deserve from colleges. Um, but this is another one of those groups that I feel like has a lot of potential. And Josiah Robinson is a guy that has the offers, right? But I'm telling you what, you start talking about some of these other kids that we've been talking about. Blaine Marshall, I'll just throw it out there, might be one of the best corners that I've seen in the Metro this year, and he's going to Augustana. Nothing against Augustana,
Yeah.
but I'm just saying I do feel like it's time for some coaches around the area to give some DBs here in the Metro a little bit more love. We've got some really good playmakers at these positions.
We do, and I wonder if some of these guys will find their way up through the portals as time
That's why
goes
it's
on,
there.
because that's why it's there, and that's a, you know what, and that's a position, if you can go get film playing college football, and show that you can do it at each step of the way. That's one of those things. But no, it's a good group. It will probably be the hardest group to put together,
I agree.
easily. That we will grind on that one, and as we've started to grind on that one now that the regular season is over, and we start to get just season-ending stats for some players in there. But no, it's fun to talk about, and our work is ahead of us. There's no doubt, Ryan.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's some other position groups where you might be able, if there's 3 spots, we can get it down to 4 or 5. This one you've got what, 4 spots?
4 spots, and we have trouble getting it down to
I
10.
think we might have trouble getting it down to 11.
No doubt about that. Well, we appreciate your time as always, and we'll chat again soon.
Thanks.